EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
The ball carrier.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
3rd down.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. First carry for Nick Chubb, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big pickup of 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now this one complete to Robert Foster. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
Eason on 2nd down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason steps away to his left. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter as that's a first down. A run. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
On the carry.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 17. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
On first down, they'll run the jump. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Tackle made.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
2nd down, here's Eason. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun is Eason. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Here's a toss right side for Hunt. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2nd and 11 at the Browns' 34-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
57. Mike, 57. Hey, man. Watch the booth. Watch the booth. 57 to Mike.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 17-yard line.
It's a gain of 17.
They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a first down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. K.J. Hamler with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Broncos 7, Browns 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Here's Eason off the play fake. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. And it's complete. Hooper. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Here's Hines. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From the gun, Eason. He's got a first down and then some in midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
44-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Eason. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tab.
They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
On first down, it's Hines. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Check it back, check it back. Check 99. Go, man. Go. Shoot. Check.
This is Hines. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The Browns take over first.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Broncos.
That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. A toss play to Hunt. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll go up top here for Hamler. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll throw on first down with Eason. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Eason. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep, and the half will begin with a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started, and with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They run with Hines. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
3rd down.
Check 4. Check. Under 10. 10.
They run again with Hines. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines, and he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. On the ground, it's Chubb, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Now that was a big run. It takes them all the way down to the 1-yard line, and that'll shake the confidence of any defense. So when they're looking for a little bit of support now, looking at their defensive coordinator, if I'm him, I dial up some pressure. I just go after him, because otherwise you're still playing back on your heels, and that's not going to help your defense at all.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line.
Short of the goal line.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Chubb on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. First and goal, no gain. Second and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball third time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
From the gun on third down, Eason. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Andy Isabella, his second touchdown on the season. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 2nd and 11. Smith catches left side. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
And it's third down.
They'll toss it to Hunt. And he's got some space here. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 24. A big run by Kareem Hunt, 46 yards.
Broncos first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 21. He's at the 40. The 20. 10.
Yeah, baby.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken in the end zone. And we've got a penalty marker down here as he's able to get this only to the 20-yard line. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And 5 at the 14-yard line.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
A loss of 5 yards. It's 2nd down.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. That one is caught by Hunt.
The pass.
Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. So that'll back them up 5. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Eason. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing is Eason. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll let this go deep for Sutton, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking to go back to Sutton there, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Chris Godwin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. So they fought half the battle here, but they're still down.
Plenty of work still left for them, but they delivered in the first step in their comeback attempt.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Back to throw again, and they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
Score Browns 19, Broncos 13.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check 26, check 26. Check. Sweet, check that,
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And 10.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
56. Max 56. I got one.
Operating from the gun. Eason. Able to find Isabella. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
56.
From the gun is Eason. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Check. Crunch.
Chubb. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Now Eason. They shakes him off. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one is right through. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
There we go. Mike, check. 59. Get away.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56. Got one.
Down to a knee goes Eason, and that should just about do it. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Cleveland, the playoffs may be out of reach, but the win gets them to 4-8 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Wake up.
What are these dishes doing at my feet?
Because it's time for you to start cleaning up your crap. These dishes have been lying in the sink for almost 2 weeks. I mean, look at this place. It's a disaster. You're leaving everything laying around. It's ridiculous.
Who crawled up your butt and died?
You.
Gross.
Hey, get up, man. I want to watch some TV. You've been laying out here all morning.
What's got you two all riled up?
Just turn up the volume, would you?
The Heartbreak Kids have gone from sensational dynamic duo to a sudden two-headed monster. And boy, this is an ugly one.
Hey, I thought I played pretty good out there.
This team still has not found its identity, and I know that Coach O'Brien claims that his two-quarterback system is matchup-based, but I gotta tell you, it sure looks like he still doesn't have a clue what's going on. As Coach Madden famously once said, if you've got two quarterbacks, you've got none. And right now, I gotta tell you, man, Coach O'Brien's indecisiveness with the most important position on the team is only gonna lead to problems on the field.
The answer is simple. Just start me.
That would make the situation worse. I mean, the team plays better when I'm on the field. Everybody knows that.
If I could just get into a rhythm, I'd be fine. Last thing I need is to be worrying about you breathing down my neck if I make one mistake.
Well, you better believe it that I'll be there when you do.
Okay, I see what's going on here, guys.
I don't know what made you follow me here and try to win back your old position. I mean, you could have just kept the Heartbreak Kids going, or you could have went your own route on another team, but you decided to, what, come here and punish me? Is that it?
What are you talking about? You're the one who showed up and stole what was mine in the first place, okay? I'm supposed to be Batman, you're Robin.
Oh.
AT&T Stadium on this beautiful Saturday in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, the top travel destination this week for alumni of these two storied football powerhouses, and the site of the first of our college football playoff semifinal matchups, as we'll see the LSU Tigers taking on the Oregon Ducks. For the right to play for a national championship next Monday night in Santa Clara, we are underway from Arlington in the national playoff semifinal. He spins free. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They will let him throw here on the very first play. He's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. A big play there. 68 yards. And the Ducks have taken the early lead.
The extra point.
Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Oregon set to kick it off. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
1st and 10, LSU. From the gun, Thomas. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big play there. 49 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And his first carry, he loses the football. And this is picked up by the defense. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs. First time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Madden. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. To throw again. Madden. He's going to go up top again. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. And they rattle off a big one. 63 yards.
6-yard line.
And they'll try the action on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for an Oregon touchdown. 6-yard touchdown run. And the Ducks have furthered their advantage. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't put
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling? And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Oregon. Quintez Anderson there to make the grab. And the Ducks have furthered their advantage. Well, we discussed how important it was going to be for this quarterback to get off to a hot start. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Oregon set to kick it off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Thomas to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Thomas's pass
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
This is taken at the 23. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here's a 1st and 10, Oregon. Back to throw. Madden. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Oregon. Quintez Anderson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ducks have furthered their advantage. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Oregon set to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Being chased out left. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a 1st.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Ball carrier.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Throw left side complete. That's Drake. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Offside defense.
Good job, man.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. This is Kelly. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
With the score, Ducks 30, Tigers nothing.
Hey, go! 51 the mic, boys, 51. I'm here all day.
Now Kelly. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they got it. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this 1st half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the 1st half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different.
This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. Quintez Anderson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And this offense is running away with this one. What a game that he has had throwing the football. Now 4 touchdown passes. This offense playing at a very high level. I'll tell you what, he's going to be filling up your social media timeline tonight. Extra point right down the middle. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the route is on here in this first half. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it.
The onside kick recovered by the receiver.
A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
It's on the ground. This will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. And this is going to be incomplete.
No good on the fake extra point.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And they'll run the option to start the drive. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 44, Thomas. Looking left side, and it's complete. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there. 53 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, don't fumble the football.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there forcing the completion.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Kelly to try to punch it in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line.
And that is caught. It's an LSU touchdown from a yard out. And his guys are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. Now, the scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life, but it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
The Ducks take over 1st and 10.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And get it way down to the 40-yard line. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Madden, he's going to try and go deep again. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Oregon. Wow, I mean, you talk about a guy catching absolute fire. That is now 5 first-half touchdown passes.
Partner, we haven't even hit halftime yet. I think this performance that we've seen thus far, there should be no question that he should stay under center the entire game. I know. We're talking about Coach O'Brien here. He may want to make a change, but I don't see it in this case. I see him staying with the hot hand. He's made the right decision before the game even started by handing him the ball. I think he'll let him play it out.
And it looks like this one won't work out. Hands team able to secure the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
It's 2nd down.
On 2nd down now, it's Kelly. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. From the gun, Thomas. And that will be incomplete.
Number 15.
And that went off the mark, a little late with a throw. Now LSU's punter getting set as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Oregon offense on the field, ready for their next possession. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Madden can't get away, and he's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. To throw on 3rd down. Madden forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
With the score, Ducks 50, Tigers 7.
And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Kicking team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team.
Recovered by the receiver.
The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. Whether you want to blitz, short, so whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Operating from the gun, Thomas. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spend in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. Jared West, 46 yards. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. I don't know what else to say at this point. Just an unbelievable performance. 6 touchdown passes. And you think about this guy, as we said, rotated in and out of the lineup all season. But right now, he looks as if he's had a zillion starts out there. He has been on point all game long. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it.
The onside kick recovered by the hands team.
LSU with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Drake. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. Rashawn Parsons, 40 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points. Well, folks, this is just getting ridiculous now. 7 touchdown passes. It's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And it looks like this one won't work out. Hands team able to secure the football.
Recovered by the receiving team.
On first down, Drake. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
A 53-yard attempt.
The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
To throw on 2nd down. Madden flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this with both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility.
Hey, turn it out. He's coming. Double up.
Throwing on first down. Madden eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Out to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
And he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. The Ducks will come up now on a 1st and goal situation. From the gun, Madden, and he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. From 10 yards out. And this offense continues to pour it on.
You're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Pass interference. Defense.
Well, they've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
The Ducks going to line up here and go for the 2-point conversion. They're going to try and run. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Off play action. Thomas. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Quarterback gets sacked. A fumble on the play.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little back yardage.
They have a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Madden. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Okay, I think we can safely agree. That's not a call you see very often on 1st and 10.
Ever. Who calls a first down sneak?
I guess the best we've probably seen is a first down quarterback draw. Yeah, but not a sneak, but they did gain yards.
They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. 8-yard line. On the carry, it's Ferguson. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
It doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Brandon, 3rd and goal from the 1, and they go quarterback sneak, and they expected a surge up front. The surge came from the defense.
Yeah, it looked like there was no surprise defensively. They were ready.
Yeah, totally stacked it up, unable to get it on 3rd down.
It's a quarterback sneak. Trying to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand. They'll start on the ground with Kelly. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Thomas. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
2nd and goal. At the 6-yard
They'll go with the keeper. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. This started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
1st and 10, LSU.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
From the gun, Thomas. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
83.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Setting up the screen to Kelly. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Open man is Holmes. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
At the 21-yard line.
On 1st down, Thomas. It's complete to the tight end, Bennett. And I think the ball's out. It's going to be away. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Oregon. Quintez Anderson, 34 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit.
Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. This is picked up by the defense. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful.
Tigers 7.
And this one won't bounce their way. He lost the football.
The onside kick recovered by the hand.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Complete in the end zone. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Madden. He's going to let it go again. It's going to be caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. A big play there. 53 yards. And for the junior quarterback, his first start, his first win, and it's a big one.
You all right?
We crown a champion tonight here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara for the College Football Playoff National Championship game, as it's the USC Trojans taking on the Oregon Ducks.
You okay, son? Yeah, Coach, I just...
Tommy. You all right, Tommy? We need some help over here. Hurry.
You got my back, right?
Of course. Always.
Then go out there and finish this thing.
Wonder if this pressure is perhaps getting to this young Oregon quarterback. They trail at the break. Just 1 half remains in the college football season as we begin the second half of this national championship game. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Oregon offense on the field, ready for their next possession. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in. And got his man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. And a huge play that time. 41 yards.
34-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now an update, by the way, on Tommy Matthews still in the locker room. We're not hearing much in the way of details, but we are being told that his return to this ball game is doubtful. Lucky for Coach O'Brien, his team's got a pretty good alternative. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. Oh, nice move. And he is into the end zone for an Oregon touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Ducks have the lead. After the departure of Tommy Matthews at the half, the offense able to regroup and put the football in the end zone.
Yeah, that's something they couldn't accomplish in the first 2 quarters of this game. So finally, finding their way downfield. I think Coach Red O'Brien, he hadn't shown a preference for either quarterback. But this kid who's out there right now, one thing we know about him, he's a fighter.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I was just going to say that, Charles. He's a fighter, and he does have plenty of upside. We know that he can lead. You and I sitting with him this week, didn't you just see a guy who could step into any locker room and control the presence of his teammates?
I just remember when we left that room, you said two things to me. I think this kid's going to be poised under pressure, and to me, he's a natural leader, and I concur with both of those statements.
37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run from the gun with Charles. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On 2nd down, Washington. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st down, Flynn. And his throw is incomplete.
Intended for number 10.
For USC, such a storied program. 11 times they've been crowned national champions, beginning with the earliest way back in 1928, all the way until their most recent title in 2004. Now a draw play. Here's Charles. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
The ball carrier.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
He's going to air one out for Anderson. That's caught inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. Quintez Anderson, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Ducks have furthered their advantage. The Ducks going to line up here and go for the 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
45-yard line.
This one caught left side by Cooper. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. He's back to throw. Again, it's Cooper as he makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
They're going to try and run for it. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. A crushing blow there as they cannot tie the game. Now the focus shifts to can they get the onside kick and have a miracle happen.
And they have to have that miracle play that they've been working on, that they've designed. You don't really just draw one up now. You've had different onside kicks. Do they have that one weak point in the defense that they can exploit because they have to have the ball back?
The Ducks come up now, 1st and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Well, how about that one? He reeled it in one-handed for a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock gets all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
And that makes it a 9-point game.
Makes the score Ducks 33, Trojans 24.
And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it.
Side kick recovered by the hands.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way.
In your face!
10. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
They changed quarterbacks at half. Celebration time on that sideline. It took a change at quarterback. His thoughts will turn to the condition of Tommy Matthews. But for now, jubilation as they are the national champions.
Well, Tommy's injury certainly was a setback. But the bond that these two kids have is really strong. And although only one of the Heartbreak kids was out there in the second half, Tommy's spirit was with him, and I believe...
You here for Mr. Matthews?
The hoodie gave it away.
He's stable. But we're only allowing family to go back right now.
That's great, because he's my brother.
I'm proud of what he's accomplished this season.
Hey, man. Promise me one thing.
Anything.
That you'll come back next year and make him win the championship. Together.
Next year? You know I will, brother. How could you possibly make that decision after the title game? Is Tommy even going to be able to play?
Yeah, I spoke with his doctor. Valve replacement surgery was great. He's going to be right as rain.
I just don't understand.
I know this is hard for you. It's hard for you to process, and I hope you believe me when I say that I take no joy in making this decision, but I stand firmly behind it because, frankly, Tommy's a better fit for the offense.
Well, what does this mean for me?
Well, it means that you are at a monumental crossroads in your life, and you've got two choices. You can enter the draft, and based on what you did last year, I'd say you'd be lucky to get picked in the 3rd round. But realistically, you're looking at a late-round selection, if at all.
Jeez, don't sugarcoat it for me.
Well, I'm trying to be open and honest with you from this moment forward. I'm giving it to you as I would my own beloved son.
And my other choice?
Well, the way I see it, you got too much raw athleticism to waste sitting on the bench. Your talent is a true gift. And it's one that I'm going to give you the opportunity to show it to the world.
And how's that?
You get to pick a new position on offense and get your Heartbreak Kids thing going back again.
Heartbreak Kids. Well, Tommy's already tried. It wasn't an easy decision at the time, but I don't regret it for a second. Of course, everyone's first thought was, where am I going to play? It felt good, telling everyone I was sticking around.
Pretty drastic turn of events for Coach O'Brien's program. I mean, the defensive pantry has been pretty much left dry with most of that elite unit having bolted for the NFL. But today, Coach O'Brien revealed a new strategy, and I think it's kind of brilliant. Get both Heartbreak Kids on the field at the same time. I mean, it's really a brilliant move. Here's the deal. You got to get all of your talented players on the field at once, certainly if they're going to rely on the offense for a change to be the strength of this team if they're planning on making another run at it.
All right, then, show me what you got. Let's go.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Let go. Go. 19 Cardinal, let's go. Here we go, Shaq. Ready, ready.
We may have something here.
Gotta say, I was surprised with the way you guys
Hard Rock Stadium, folks, it is filled to capacity. Everybody has been waiting for this college football Saturday, and we are just about set to get ready to rock and roll. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Miami Hurricanes. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Hurricanes take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 for Miami. Here's Daniel. Under pressure, and down goes Daniel. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Daniel. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. Intercepted. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, Madden. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And Charles, it still is kind of strange to look down there and think about Tommy Matthews handing the ball to his high school teammate who's now behind him at the running back position.
Yeah, and you have to just think to yourself, okay, what's the best way to maximize talent? And head coach Red O'Brien, well, he played both of them at quarterback last year, and now he says, let's get them both on the field at the same time. One of them has to accept that role. Tommy Matthews is the quarterback.
And he is into the end zone for an Oregon touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Ducks have taken the early lead.
Well, for a kid that started his career as a quarterback, he's certainly showing a lot of conviction carrying the football.
Yeah, he is running with some power, and I think he's running some frustration out of his system, don't you think, partner? Because you know he wants to still be a quarterback. But Coach Red O'Brien made the switch. He has gone along with it.
So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the 3rd quarter. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Oregon offense on the field, ready for their next possession. Throwing on 1st down. Matthews. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
On 1st and 10, Matthews. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need...
And he is into the end zone for an Oregon touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. The Ducks going to line up here and go for the 2-point conversion.
And the former quarterback takes yet another one into the end zone, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the ball game.
Yeah, and I'm becoming a big fan of this kid. How about your partner? This guy made the move. Yes, I know he was nudged by his head coach. In fact, probably wasn't nudged, was told this is how you're going to stay on the field or get on the field. But he is taking it to heart. And for all those guys who get frustrated, want to transfer, want to say, hey, I can't play that position, this guy's a living example of if you commit to it, you can make it work.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set.
Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touch.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And this will be scooped up by the defense.
Keith Woods, the ball carrier.
There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Now we're seeing Matthews handing the ball off to his running back a lot more in this one. It kind of seems like Coach O'Brien has changed up his offensive strategy a bit for the national championship.
I feel like he's gone back to his defensive coordinator roots here, Brandon, because Coach Red O'Brien, as a DC before he became a head coach, he saw the game one way. Now he's seeing it a little bit differently. I think he took a step back and said he lost most of his own defense last year. They were dominant at times. Now he's trying to slow the tempo a little bit, establish the run, and take charge of the game and take charge of the tempo this way. Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Matthews. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Oregon. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Ducks have the lead.
Make that now a 2nd connection for the Heartbreak Kids. And we talked about it earlier, Charles. They have a special connection, and it just continues to show.
Hey, I can't help but laugh and smile watching it. It's not because I'm favoring them over their opponent, but just...
Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, if the coverage was too good, that one falls incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Matthews, and he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 10.
They'll look to throw. And Cameron has it over the middle. And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks.
Complete to Terrence.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
And they'll try to run the option here. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
So the inability there to get the two-point conversion sort of leaves the door at least a little bit more ajar.
And puts the onus now on the kickoff team and the defense to make sure they don't give up a big play that puts them in position to lose.
Especially on this kickoff. Got to be careful.
Receiving team.
The Hurricanes now 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Intended for number 18. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Daniel. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. One last throw for Daniel. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
A really solid performance against a ranked opponent as they add a big win to the left-hand column.
Want to talk about a story that's making the rounds, and that's the Heartbreak Kids and their indelible bond. Once again, taking college football center stage at the championship game later on tonight. It has been truly amazing and truly inspirational to watch this amazing journey that these kids have been on from start to finish to this point, showing off their character, their grit, their determination, their heart has been on full display for all of us to behold. And I normally don't say this, but I, for one, will be a Heartbreak Kid in spirit as they take the field in this big game tonight.
A season's worth of Saturdays all comes down to this. The final in New Orleans, home of the Mercedes-Benz Superdome and the 2020 college football. Playoff national championship. It's the Oklahoma Sooners against the Oregon Ducks. And it all culminates here in the Big Easy. They are the national champions. So that truly a champion's performance. Weapons galore on the offensive side of the football.
Hey, you know, it was really great what you did.
Well, that was certainly a So, the NFL Combine, I spent so much time preparing for it, but some things you can't ever really say you're ready for. That's how the week felt to me. No. Oh, this cannot be happening. And I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but they're a little damp. They're like really damp. Did you go swimming in these?
Thought you said you were a fan. If you were, then you'd know I just ran my annual Run Rich Run 40 for charity.
Right. How'd it go?
Let's just say my days of keeping up with Saquon Barkley are behind me. Maybe you'll fare better than I did out there.
What was your time?
5.98, baby.
Well, I can't do any worse. I've seen statues move faster than that.
All right, well, I want you to go out there and post a time of at least 4.6. Think you could swing that?
With as much adrenaline as I have coursing through my veins.
Welcome to another exciting edition of the NFL Scouting Combine. I'm Rich Eisen, and I'll be your tour guide as we meet the next crop of elite NFL talent. We're going to start things off with my personal favorite, the event that can break the spirit of any man, the 40-yard dash. First up, we've got one half of America's darlings, the Heartbreak Kids, an intriguing draft prospect to say the least. We'll see him up next for the skills portion of this year's NFL Scouting Combine.
Okay. Ready? Cowboy 80! Time, focus.
Well, today had a little bit of it all. Select few guys who may have just cemented their place as one of the top picks in the upcoming NFL draft. Until next time, I'm Rich Eisen. Welcome to the 2020 NFL Draft. Sure, the experts have done 2.7 million. Welcome back to the first round of the 20. What a phenomenal pick. This kid has shown some elite abilities on the field. He's a freak athlete, totally capable of taking over a game in the right system.
This is the player card. Here you can see your strengths and weaknesses by looking at your archetype ratings. This is your development trait. Superstar and Superstar X-Factor players will progress faster over time. You can improve your development trait by being one of the top performers in the league at your position.
Deep. This rookie class is very deep, and perhaps no one is more hyped from this class than Tommy Matthews' old partner in crime who was just selected in the top 10. My level of excitement for the start of the season is perhaps only rivaled by my excitement to see just what that kid's capable of doing on an NFL field. There hasn't been this kind of hype and intrigue since Tesla's Cybertruck release. So the big question I have for this year is, will this rookie sensation succumb to the hype, or will he rise to the top? Guess we'll find out soon enough after the Week 1 games get underway.
Being such a high draft pick comes at a cost. Mainly, everyone expecting you to resurrect the franchise. What helped you adjust to NFL life?
I took every rep in practice seriously. Each one could be the difference in me getting on the field or not.
Let's go. On the hop, fellas, on the hop. Hustle out there today. Yeah.
That was great. I mean, you had a great day today.
It's not easy being a rookie. The excitement, the pressure, the fanfare, the interviews, the draft process. Plus, there's a lot of players banking on you to make them successful too. It was still the early days, but my team and I were getting to know each other, building the bond that would keep us strong and competitive through the coming season. It was a press conference before our first game of my rookie season, but the reporters didn't waste any time filling me in on what the world was saying. I was glad they asked because it helped me hone in on my ultimate goal. I was going to work as hard as I could to make sure that the team and I were holding up the Lombardi Trophy at the next Super Bowl.
Tonight, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Tonight, we wrap a busy first week of the season with a second of two on a Monday night between the Tennessee Titans. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him three more. And the Denver Broncos. Here comes the Tennessee offense, and you see Ryan Tannehill leading them out. maybe a yard up to the 29.
Henry, the Titan ball carrier.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of...
And right away, he lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
Henry on the carry.
The Broncos offense set to go behind their quarterback in his second season now from Missouri, Charles. It's Drew Lock.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, partner, we've seen rookie running backs come into the league and have success right out of the gate. You think most recently of Saquon Barkley, finished 2nd in rushing yards his rookie season. Zeke Elliott led the NFL in rushing yards as a rookie 4 years ago. Do you think this kid has what it takes to follow in footsteps like that?
I certainly do, and I went back to my notes when I was scouting him coming out of college, and those were a couple of the names that I wrote down. Not as strict comparisons, but that type of ability. He has talent, he has smarts, his expectations for himself are high, as are his teams. And, you know, running back is a position you see going in the first round very often. This guy is justified being picked in the first round in my mind, and I think that he can carry a ball club if they just hand him the ball 20 to 25 times a game.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. And a nice little start to the career for the rookie here, hitting the end zone in week 1 of his career.
And that's a true welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it? The one that you actually like. A lot of times it's that big hit from a linebacker. It's like, all right, Rook, here you are. But when you're able to put it in the end zone and feel that sense of accomplishment, that usually fuels you towards doing it many more times in your career.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive, and they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital.
And it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Tannehill's pass complete. Fumble on the play.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
A couple extra tight ends into formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
Nice carry there by Derrick Henry. Picks up a 1st down. And when you say workhorse, you're thinking about Derrick Henry. Won the rushing title in 2019 with 1,540 yards on the ground and 16 rushing touchdowns. Went to his first Pro Bowl and carried his team to the AFC Championship game.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. Tannehill throwing complete there to Humphries. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
Tennessee.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Titans, nothing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Henry. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
20-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open.
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was that 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration. You'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
On 1st down, Madden able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Number 14.
A nice pickup there. And Charles, speaking of this guy, this rookie, he has been outspoken. A great article made the rounds a couple of days ago essentially saying that he wants to take this team to the playoffs. He wants that more than any kind of individual award that's out there, and that certainly seems like the right kind of attitude to have.
Oh, there's no question about that, Brandon. And to be fair, if this team makes the playoffs, he'll be in the Rookie of the Year contention and conversation anyway. And so I think that the general manager, ownership, they have to have big grins on their faces because this is exactly why they drafted this young man. The talent was there. They just needed him to help get this team over the top. And if he's Rookie of the Year and they make the playoffs, that's exactly what they got him for.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
45-yard line.
Now a give, right side. Madden, and now running right through it. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there.
He was brought down.
Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
3rd down and 9.
On 3rd down, Madden. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Facing a fourth down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. Throwing now is Locke. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Got a man. It's Judy, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
That's good.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Broncos push further out in front.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense and your defense.
On 3rd down, Madden. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
32-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Madden. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
He was tackled at the
25 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
Now to the air. Lock. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. How did he stay on his feet? And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. Madden. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they've got the football, and they're already knocking on the door inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll keep it on the ground. Madden, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. Now with his 3rd touchdown and his first ever NFL game. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want... to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp. Tannehill on first down. He'll get this one complete to Davis. Oh, Davis lost it. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
On 3rd down, Madden. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
So they absolutely pitched a shutout. So it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way. But the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls,
The regular season was off to a hot start, and I was full of confidence when I stepped up to the podium. If the press wanted a quote, I was going to give them one to remember. I said my piece, gave them a good quote to run with too, and stepped away. But despite my answer, I knew the games ahead would determine if the hype was real or just hot air.
I remember that day. The game plan flowed through you, but everyone has someone they can lean on. Which teammate helped you the most?
The whole team respected his opinion. He was sort of the veteran voice of the team everyone looked up to. No matter how things went, I knew I could count on him. One press conference that stands out to me in particular was when I first got to use my buzz from the season to build momentum for a big game we had coming up. More than anything, I hoped showcasing our strengths to the press and fans would also amp up my teammates, and it did. But it turns out they weren't the only ones who were listening.
today. From Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. It's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Drew Lock and the Denver Broncos taking on Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints.
And off we go from Denver. And this will make it into the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Here comes the Bronco offense with Drew Lock from Missouri in charge. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Shreds the tackle, and they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 15 now. Lock. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
Taken down at the
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 83 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock. That's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down.
1st and 10 at the 40.
So here we are, Charles, the calendar turning to November, and when you talk about the great performances that we've seen from the rookie class this year, I think this young running back is right near the top of the list.
I would agree with you totally on that one, and I think back to a lot of young men entering the league and wondering about acclimating and sometimes taking time to do so. I get the sense with this young man that he did this all the way back to the littlest league he ever played in, and every league he jumped into, he was one of the best right away. Great confidence and great skill.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. A good pickup there for the rookie. And Charles, as good as this young running back has been all season, he was very clear in the media that this offense, he says, hey, we're at our best when there is a balance between run and pass.
And that's just an absolutely terrific answer because it covers all bases, doesn't it? And look,
and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Yeah, absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
25-yard line.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll throw right away. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
New Orleans.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
He was brought down by Alex.
The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 20 carries, 74 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 45-yard line.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 36.
Josie Jewell on the tackle. A gain of 9.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
First down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating. Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll run on first down. Madden. Oh, he sheds himself free. And they work this out past the 25. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. I don't think that's what the defensive coordinator had in mind there. You got him pinned back inside the 5, and then you let him rip off that long run.
You're already anticipating the film session, aren't you?
There's going to be some anger.
Yeah, there's not going to be at the greatest hits, is it? Because they didn't hit anyone on that play. Supposed to have them pinned back deep. Instead, they leave a big crack, a gaping hole, and guess what? They're in bad position right now.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he sidestepped one man, but reinforcements come to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he's taken down inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On first down, Madden. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On second down, Madden. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
He was brought down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On third down, Locke. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First down Broncos as Locke finds Judy.
10-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Shelling through the defense. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
Brought down at the 4-yard line.
On third down, Madden. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
25-yard line.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Going to run it here up the middle, and he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Final shot before half for Locke. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. They start the second half with Kamara. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nice. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Number 14.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just give up a score. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Locke.
Goes back to Sutton. This time completes it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 37. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. From the gun, it's Locke. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
That's another Broncos first down.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And to give this time to the tailback. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets them down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. They'll keep it on the ground. Madden, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Broncos will extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.